do this, do that. Let's just hope this goes well. I've lost count of how many cigs I've smoked waiting for you to arrive. Not a single one has calmed my nerves. I was hoping they would. I managed to get everyone in one room. It was a lot harder than it sounds. We need to confront my father. He can't hide anymore. Not when Abby's life is at stake. You want my honest opinion? No, I'm not okay. But this isn't about me. My sister is dying. Her condition takes precedence over my whining. We're going to tell him that we know. We know everything that he's done. He's going to try to deflect and keep pretending that he's senile. And every time he does, we push back. Good, because I'm not. But we don't have much of a choice, do we? This way.
Oh, hello, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. See, it was, oh, hello. So good to see you again. Oh, how so? Ah, well, I'm an old man. I've been retired for quite some time now. Before then, I seem to recall working in the garbage business. I made sure that the casino quarter was spotless, and the city kicked up some cash for me in return. How could I not be? Smell all that fresh air. Take in those beautiful ocean views. We're in the most beautiful place in the world right now. A tourist hotspot, and you think I'm unwell. You are a comic sport. Is that a rhetorical question? We're in America's playground, one of the most iconic cities in the nation, Atlantic City. Dad? What kind of question is that? I can't say they would. Unless it's one of the many victims of my bingo skills. B-39! Never mind what? Sure. Lay it on me, sport. Evan? Oh, my wife is the most beautiful creature you could ever lay your eyes on. Isn't she? Ah, I still remember the day she and I met. She was some kind of performer. An acrobat, maybe? But I saw her on stage, and it was like the world stopped turning, and all the lights faded to gray. Nothing else mattered. I brought her flowers, I think. Her favorite ones. I can't remember what they was called. Roses! Yeah! Now that you mention it, I think that they were. How did you know that? Are you trying to charm my wife? Vincenzo has always been such an ambitious kid. A heart of gold, that one. When he grows up, I'm sure he'll be an excellent made man. He takes after his father completely, you know? Abby? Why? Something wrong with her? That little dyke always tends to get into trouble. But you know kids, right? When you're still growing and there's all those hormones, it makes you a bit rebellious. I'm sure it's just a phase. Awareness of what exactly? Look, I don't know what she said to you, but I'm sorry if she's acting out. I'd ground her, but she's got a fiery spirit. She'd probably just disobey me anyway. Questions? I didn't realize we was... Well, I hope I was able to give you some good answers. Lost? Oh, no. How could I get lost in my own home? In Atlantic City? Let me know when later comes. Have you met my daughter? She's an honor roll student, true and true. Hello, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. See, it was, oh, hello. So good to see you again. Off? How so? Never mind what. Sure. Lay it on me, sport. Questions? I didn't realize we was... Well, I hope I was able to give you some good answers.
There's no time to chat. Feels like I'm sweating buckets here.
I don't think I can handle any more secrets. Something on your mind? Sure. I know it's been a lot to deal with. Well, I shouldn't have stolen that devil's blood. Punishment always comes for those who do. I just thought I could do it without getting caught. I have access to places I shouldn't. Just got too confident, I guess. And too desperate. Like myself, for now. The withdrawal to this stuff comes and goes. You never know when the next wave is gonna hit. Sorry, I know you're doing what you can to fix this for me. Don't feel like you have to. I always figure things out. Somehow. She did. In name only. She would take any spare moment to talk smack about them. I guess she felt backed into a corner. Joining them was the only way to keep an audience. I can't blame her. I think I know how that feels. Okay. Probably for the best. I think it'd do better if Mom would accept reality and cater to the locals. All the glitz and glamour? It doesn't work like it did over there. You can ask. I feel like you might regret it, though. Well, isn't it obvious? Because we're a disaster. Whenever people get a glance behind the scenes of the glamorous Russo family, they back off. The few people my parents could have called friends left them behind. Ben doesn't even tell people who he really is. No one wants to get dragged into this mess. If you can't keep things together at home, who's gonna trust you with anything on the outside? No one with any sense will. I think my parents had enough to deal with before 2 more family members came into the picture. Then we just followed their example, I guess. Close? I was, with Dad. Yeah. Anyway, my parents have too many of their own problems to worry about me and Ven. I try not to fault them for it, I really do. They have such vibrant lives. I was always jealous. Wanted to be like them someday. But I was jealous of their time, too. I want parents, not idols. Ven has always been there for me. Never judged me when I messed up. I don't know how people are always saying they hate their siblings. For us, I don't know. Maybe our messed up situation brought us together. Good idea. Let's just shake that one off. Yeah, sure. What do you want to know? I don't know. The pain is the same here as anywhere else. Sorry, that was... I'm just trying to figure out how to make it through this right now, that's all. It's a long story. I don't think I'm really comfortable talking about it yet, sorry. I can barely think about surviving tomorrow, let alone a month from now. I'm just gonna try and make it through this first. Glad to. Later, then.
I have far too much time for idle chatter. Tell me something interesting. Ugh, if we must. Rehashing old news is so humdrum. I expect I'm the target, don't you? Well, if that's the case, let them come. I don't regret a thing. I laid my soul bare, and you've already gone and forgotten about it. If you must be reminded, the showman found out my act was fake. Fake in the sense that I had a lifeline attached. I wasn't going to fall to my death so the sadist in the audience could get off on the thrill. Give them the fantasy, certainly. That's what performance is about. What difference does it make to them if it's real, so long as they believe it is? The showmen disagree on that point. If you must be reminded, the showman found out my act was fake. Fake in the sense that I had a lifeline attached. I wasn't going to fall to my death so the sadist in the audience could get off on the thrill. Give them the fantasy, certainly. That's what performance is about. What difference does it make to them if it's real, so long as they believe it is? The showmen disagree on that point. The show you crashed. I haven't forgotten how my chance at the spotlight was denied. Not that I need one anymore. It was childish to hold on to the past. When an act goes stale, you just put on a new one. These lifeless hills have potential yet. We may need to dig deep to find it. Very deep. Something new and exciting, I hope. Business? What business? So far, you're the only living thing that's walked in here without trying to kill us. Vincenzo thinks the venture was misguided. Folksy dive bars like the Wayward get more business in a place like this. Well, I say the audience doesn't know what it's missing. Give it time and advertisements, they'll come. I hope this isn't some attempt at counseling. Our American dream didn't work out exactly as planned. Sue me for it. They say it's life's most difficult and most rewarding endeavor. They are most certainly right on the former. But I sometimes think about where I would be if I hadn't said yes. If I hadn't thrown caution to the wind. If I hadn't stuck around to raise little Vincenzo. And then Abigail. It feels like a string of reckless coincidences, but those were choices I made, choices I wanted. In the end, life is much more vibrant with them around, don't you think? Here we go. You help out with a few things and now you think you're part of the family? You have no right to speak for Vincenzo. If my son has grievances, he can take them up with me personally. It's very frankly none of your business. What in heaven's name would make him think that? I'm his mother! And besides, accepting critique is a crucial part of my job. Never mind the time I burned down the curtains at that awful theater. It's the owner's fault for dismissing my talent. And that phony news company, they deserve to have their electric lines cut. It was a service to the city. Oh, I see your point. Oh. Well, he was an utter fool. Sat in the audience for one show and tried to book me at the Neapolitan's main stage. I told him casinos weren't my scene, but the money he offered... Now, you've no idea how many young gentlemen I had to fend off during those days. I mean the flirtations, the roses, the breaches of privacy. Endless. But Antonio? That fool got me a private dressing room, bigger paychecks, free concessions all over the establishment, and he would hardly look my way. It wasn't his money I wanted. It was his independence, the authority and discipline he exuded. But he had no idea how to romance a woman. I soon had to take matters into my own hands, and the rest, as they say, is history. please. This was getting dangerously sentimental. Oh, my favorite topic. And yours too, I'm certain. I sang in lounges, mostly. Soon enough, exclusive ones. They started booking places for me rather than booking me for a place. I was on top of the world, biggest talent in the city. Then the war came. Priorities changed. The showman took advantage of the lawlessness, took advantage of people's primal ugliness, and stole everything from me. If I sound bitter, it's because I am. Maybe I could have survived the world dying with my optimism intact, but to watch my dreams die with it, that's the real injury for those of us that survived. Well, not so different from professional life, really. Same show, different venue. You play a role, manage conflicts, and try to decipher what people want from you. I've never been good at that part. Of course I have. I get clearer answers if I don't ask. People don't always understand their own feelings, dear. They often don't. Sometimes you just have to improvise. Try out different things and see what makes people yap the least. Oh, please. I'm in showbiz. The inflated confidence is tactical. Ever heard of a rock star who didn't act like they were God's gift to humankind? It's a persona. It makes people look up to them. Not to mention, things are far more entertaining this way. I know I can be too much for some people. Your loss. Stop by again, won't you, darling?
There's times I feel like I'm standing in a room full of strangers.
Hello, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. Say it was, oh, hello. So good to see you again. Lost? Oh, no. How could I get lost in my own home? In Atlantic City? Sure. Lay it on me, sport. Oh, look. It's snowing. Have we met before?
Mom, will you relax? This isn't helpful. He's sick. We don't even know if what Finn said is true.
Abigail, please. I've handled more than one bad performance in my day. I just didn't think it would be my husband I'm booing off the stage.
Ladies, I do wish that I could help you, but this devil's blood sounds very dangerous.
Just cut the crap! Your acting's not even good. Frankly, it's embarrassing that we fell for it for so long.
What's going on? This is all very overwhelming.
Ven, where did you hear that Dad is faking?
I met one of his old business partners, Jean. She told me everything. Pop's been faking senility to get out of AC so that Concerta Lombardi can't have him killed. That's why those hitmen showed up at the Rose Room. Our friend here can back me up.
Is this true? I wish I could say I can't believe it. But, God, Dad, really? This was the first thing your brain went to? To fake dementia?
And this cursed nightclub. All that nonsense you gave me about an Appalachian nightlife. Just another falsehood. No one makes a fool out of me, Antonio Russo.
The only one making a fool out of you is yourself, Evelyn! All of you! So yeah, I was playing hooky. You think it's because I like walking around like a dried prune asking what day of the week it is, huh? I got a target painted on my back by the damn mob! Would you rather have a senile father or a dead one, huh? Yeah. Thought so.
I just wanted Dad. Period.
You can write a novel on why you're innocent later. How about we talk about what we're going to do for Abby?
Hey, let's not overreact now. It's just a little indulgence, right? Who doesn't have a vice these days, huh? She looks fine.
Oh, I've married a Shakespearean villain, haven't I? Our daughter is dying, Antonio.
Why? Oh, would you quit the melodrama for just a few seconds, Evelyn, for the sake of...
For once, she's not being dramatic. According to Jean, Abby needs a pure sample of devil's blood to make an antidote for her withdrawal symptoms. And you're the only one who knows how to get it.
For God's sake. You had to go for the one chem you couldn't come off of. What's the matter with you? All right, Peanut Gallery. There's something you all need to see. Come with me.
Whoa.
Antonio, what is this beast doing in my home? Oh, disgusting.
I've seen one of these before stalking around the city center. Not something I'd want to piss off, I'll say that much.
We started seeing these fellas show up around here years ago. Devils, we call them. They're still pretty rare. Elusive.
Then why do you have this?
You tell me, honey. Would the showman pay top dollar for a freak show devil corpse?
So you killed it to make a profit.
Hey, Abby, look at this thing. What do you think it is, a bunny rabbit? It's as ugly as sin. Look, I needed an edge over Concerta. Quintino had yours truly to be next in line to be godfather, but that little viper wasn't having it. She tried to sabotage me at every turn. I needed to make more caps, prove that I was useful.
And embalming this thing was the answer. Oh, what a ridiculous idea from a ridiculous man.
I'm ridiculous, Miss Prima Donna? What wasn't ridiculous was this fella's blood. I originally took it to Jean to get it embalmed, you know, promised her a small cut. But any dreams of a sideshow attraction disappeared when we realized the tantalizing properties of his blood.
Does this mean you still have a sample of its blood? We need to get it to Jean as soon as possible.
It just so happens I do. If what you're saying is true, then we need to act now on an antidote. I'll take Abby and your friend here to Jean. No water tag-alongs. The damn mom's gonna be swarming our tails the whole way. Concerta will know I'm back the second we touch ground on Jersey soil.
Damn it. If it weren't for the mob. Stay safe, all right, Abby?
I will. I got us into this mess. The last thing I want to do is to drag you further into it.
I hope you know what you're doing, Tony.
You, me, Atlantic City. I could get a skywriter to spell it out for you if I wasn't clear the first time. Concerta wanted to ice me out. I thought if I faked having dementia, she would write me off and leave me alone. Fat lot of good that did. You saw those assassins? You can guess whether she bought it or not. Pride? One of the 7 deadly sins people love to preach about. In order to sell the lie, I had to make everyone fall for it. And that included my flesh and blood. You know how headstrong Abby and Vin are and how Evelyn is. I was so deep in it that I didn't really see a way out. I just kept thinking, someday I'll tell her. But I always put it off. Some may say it was cowardice, but I just think it was a lack of punctuality. Concerta's the little sister of Quintino Lombardi, the Godfather. She's an ambitious, conniving brat. Let's just say Quintino named me as his successor. Despite me not being his own flesh and blood, the man was sterile. As such, Concerta wanted me out of the picture to take power by force. Couldn't agree more. Abby and I will meet you in the city center. Try to get there in one piece. Concerta's goons take no prisoners. You know, give me and Abby some time to, catch up.
You bring my sister home in one piece, okay?
Oh, another broken nail. I'm not cut out for all this manual labor.
You know, you seem better than most. Sticking around and helping out and all. Thanks for that. Later, then.
What is the godforsaken smell? I thought I told Vincenzo to scrub the must out of this place. Ugh!
Nothing's ever simple.
Make haste! My daughter was meant for better things than this bizarre sort of vampirism. Are there any songwriters around here? I may be doomed to search my own feelings for inspiration.
How would things be different with normal?
Horrid!